21st century has been a great time for fans of martial arts cinema. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 martial arts movies of the century so far. For this list, we'll be looking at the very best martial arts action movies to come out since the year 2000. In many ways, we're in a golden age for the genre, and these movies are proof of that.
We're not. This list came out like 3 years ago. So even in 2020, we're not in a golden age. The golden age was like Hong Kong in the 80s.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was.
Tony Jaa's debut.
What is this?
Number 10, The Protector. We'll talk about Tony Jaa's debut film shortly, but we're starting our list with the film that solidified the actor as one of the breakout martial arts stars of the new millennium. Jaa stars as Kong, a young man whose family were once charged with guarding the war elephants of the King of Thailand. But when one of his tusked charges is taken by a corrupt politician in bed with organized crime, Kong heads to the big city to bust heads and find his friend. This entry is full to the brim with incredible stunt work and bone-breaking action.
I do like The Protector. Is it the best Tony Jaa movie? Probably all around. Probably it is. Okay. If I was gonna show my friend a movie, we're gonna sit down and watch a Tony Jaa movie from beginning to end without any other context. This is probably the one I would show. Either people who are like casual martial art movie fans, or even just not martial art movie fans, just movie fans. Like if you just want to see a movie, this is probably the one I would show. If I was gonna like a hardcore martial arts movie fan, I think Ong-Bak 2 is not a good movie, but it has the best. It has the coolest martial arts. Ong-Bak 2 is the best performed martial arts sequences, but it's just a fucking not good movie. It's just a bad movie. The Protector's not anything special as a movie, but it's simple. Dude's trying to save his elephant. He says it a lot. He's just like, "Where's my elephant?" It's like all he says the whole movie. So it's easy to follow, and the fighting's still good. There's cool stuff in it. So yeah, this probably would be the one I would show most people.
With Jaa's mastery of Muay Thai on full display.
That fight, so that's a Vietnamese fighter, Johnny Nguyen. It has, yeah, all the Vietnamese have like the Nguyen spelling, but it's pronounced Nguyen, I think. So Johnny Nguyen, or Nguyen, sorry. I keep wanting to say that, and every time I think it, Johnny Nguyen is a martial artist in his own right. He did some cool movies, and his fight with Tony Jaa here made me follow his career, and he did a couple other cool movies as well. I don't know if they'll show up in this list. They're called like The Clash and The Rebel. Just now you know.
Number 9. Ong-Bak the Thai Warrior.
What the fuck? I spent all this time pontificating because I just assumed they were only going to pick one Tony Jaa movie. But no, they put Ong-Bak, his first one, right above The Protector. They owned me. They made sport of me.
Tony Jaa leaped onto the martial arts scene with this 2003 flick, delivering a flying elbow to the cranium of the entire martial arts genre. Jaa once again plays a man on a mission, a villager on the hunt for the stolen head of an ancient Buddha statue. His fight takes him into the Bangkok underworld, where his ferocious Muay Thai skills are unleashed.
That double knee finish with the wood is so lit. I remember the first time I saw that. Isn't that shit lit, dude? You ever seen some shit like this before?
His fight takes him into the Bangkok underworld, where his ferocious Muay Thai skills are unleashed.
That shit is fucking bananas, isn't it? Like, to this day, like, no one does shit like that. That's crazy.
This entry brought Muay Thai and other Southeast Asian martial arts to the forefront of martial arts cinema, which had previously been dominated by films and styles from China. The film's prequel doubled down on this, exploring the style even further.
Like I told you, Ong-Bak 2 is, as I said, Ong-Bak 2 has the better, honestly, it has the best fighting sequences in Tony Jaa's career to this day. Ong-Bak 2 was their most ambitious and most well-realized in terms of just straight martial arts choreography and performance. But it's a bad movie. I don't even know. I've seen it, and I don't really remember what the fuck it's actually even about. So I can't really recommend it as a movie, but it has, like, the best fighting, so.
Number 8, Kung Fu Hustle.
Fuck yeah! Kung Fu Hustle! So that's Stephen Chow on this bad boy. Yeah, Xing Yu as a good guy. That's Xing Yu. He's, like, never a good guy for some reason. He's a good guy in this movie, and he gets his fucking head cut off. Really sad. And then the rest of his career, he's, like, a bad guy all the time.
Writer, director, actor Stephen Chow may not be the first filmmaker to mix kung fu and comedy, but he's indisputably one of the subgenre's finest talents. Building on the success of Shaolin Soccer and a deep back catalog
I thought she was going to do The Roar. That's why I lowered the volume.
of kung fu comedy hits, Chow's 2004 film sees him as a wannabe gangster who becomes caught in the middle of a war between a local gang and the residents of a rundown apartment block, which turns out to be owned by a retired pair of bona fide martial arts badasses.
The Beast is so cool. Remember The Beast? I love the couple too, the Yuen Wah and the landlady. He reverses wrist lock, and then he wrist locks the fuck out of him.
The film liberally mixes martial arts with special
Awesome.
effects, leading to an end result that's equal parts Crouching Tiger and Bugs Bunny. Number 7, Fearless.
Yeah. Yes. That's Colin Chow playing Jet Li's dad. In there. Yeah. Colin Chow. You might recognize him as Seraph from The Matrix.
At the time of its release, this period action epic was touted as the final such film for martial arts legend Jet Li.
It wasn't his final film. 2007. He did Forbidden Kingdom with Jackie in 2008. Although I don't know when those were filmed, but Fearless fucking, God, what a great fucking movie Fearless is.
Li plays Huo Yun-jia, a legendary figure within Chinese martial arts,
He is,
who fought and
yeah.
defeated several foreign fighters in publicized matches in the early 1900s.
He's a Chinese super, like, well, folk hero. Better, folk hero. This sword fight is so fucking good, dude. What the fuck? Was this also Yun Wu Ping? I don't remember.
This was seen as a great victory for Chinese national pride, and Li's portrayal of Wen Jia certainly plays to his legacy as a source of Chinese patriotism. Under the direction of accomplished martial arts director Ronnie Yu, Li reminds viewers with almost every precise movement why he'll be remembered as one of the all-time greats of his genre.
Without a doubt. I mean, this man had Fearless, where he played Yuan Jia, and then he had the Once Upon a Time in China movies, where he plays, Wong Fei Hung, right? Yeah, Wong Fei Hung. The ultimate Chinese legend. God, what a career this man's had.
Number 6, House of Flying Daggers.
I've never seen this movie! Is that Andy Lau? That's Andy Lau. I didn't know he was in this. This has Zhang Ziyi, right, from Crouching Tiger? Yeah, that's her. Oh, she's fighting Andy Lau. Okay, well. No, he's beating up Zhang Ziyi. Well,
In the early to mid-2000s, period martial arts films with an emphasis on operatic grandeur and style were all the rage.
because of Crouching Tiger.
And this entry from director Zhang Yimou is definitely emblematic of that. The story follows a police officer on the trail of the titular rebel group who are fighting against the corrupt government. In his search, he meets Mei, a blind dancer who may be a member of the Flying Daggers.
She's blind?
But his loyalties are tested when his affection for Mei begins to outweigh his sense of duty. A beautiful and haunting film that also features incredible fight choreography. This entry is equal parts action and tragic fable of love and duty. Number 5.
I gotta see that movie. I threw.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, the movie where Donnie Yen said, I'm gonna do MMA in martial arts movies and make it awesome, and he fucking did. A judo throw, grappling, yeah, he avoided the takedown, flying Jujugatami.
While period films are a huge part of martial arts cinema, we'd be remiss if we didn't make some room for contemporary crime dramas like this 2007 entry starring the one and only Donnie Yen.
That's Xing Yu being a bad guy again.
Yen plays a cop on the trail of a trio
Hey, there's Colin Chow again!
of Vietnamese gangsters.
Donnie
A
Yen
chase
versus
that
Colin Chow.
culminates
This is one of my favorite fight scenes of all fucking time.
in a knockdown, drag-out brawl between Yen and co-star Colin Chow.
Hell yeah. Hashtag get him, Donnie. Oh, but he stopped the takedown. He stuffed the takedown. Yo, he got him with a Judas effect.
Don't get us wrong, the rest of the movie is great, but this final showdown has to be one of the most intense, brutal, brilliantly choreographed fight scenes of the last few decades.
It's fucking perfect. It's such a perfect. It's like tells a perfect story. It's just perfectly paced. The action, the whole story is that Colin Chow is like he knows kung fu, like he can like standing straight. When it comes to like standing martial arts, Colin Chow he's better than Donnie at standing up. So then Donnie literally mixes it up on him. It's like the first fight scene ever where you see a guy. They're both like fighting kickboxing style. And so then Donnie mixes it up. He shows the point of MMA. Like, he starts doing throws. He changes levels. He works in submissions. And Colin Chow's character can, like, barely defend against it, but he's just not used to dealing with somebody with that range of skill set. So that's how Donnie wins. And it's just really fucking great.
That alone should get you excited to see this one if you haven't already. Number 4, Hero.
I fucking love this movie.
虽不相同，但原理相同，
It's Jet Li versus Donnie
都
now.
讲求大因牺牲之境界。
Getting back to period films, this entry unites our old friends Jet Li and Zhang Yimou for another sweeping martial arts epic. The story unfolds Rashomon style, with Li's nameless swordsman and the future emperor of China giving conflicting retellings of Li's victory over 3 assassins. Li claims his quest is only to protect the emperor, who instead suspects treachery is afoot. Much like our last Zhang Yimou entry, this one contains some of the most beautiful, elegantly choreographed and performed action scenes out there. Unfolding more like elegant, emotionally charged dances than the brutal showdowns of some of the other movies on our list, the fights in this entry are some of the most captivating out there. Number 3, Ip Man.
Yeah, Ip Man had to be on this list. Ip Man versus the Northerner.
perhaps the most celebrated and enduring role of Donnie Yen's career, the Ip Man franchise is a staple of modern martial arts movies, and it all began here. Yen plays the titular Ip Man, a revered figure within the martial arts community who mastered the Wing Chun style of martial arts. In his first outing as Master Ip, Yen fights against the Japanese occupation of China in the 1930s, even facing down 10 black belts in one iconic scene. We'd be remiss if we didn't also mention the numerous sequels which continue to tell the story of Ip Man's life and accomplishments. However, the original is still #1 with us. Number 2. The Raid Redemption.
Fuck yeah! That's my shit right there. I was hoping this would be up there. The Raid, baby.
Few films have come along and hit the martial arts genre quite as hard as this one did.
God, I
and it
love this movie.
exploded onto the scene in 2011, instantly catapulting Iko Weiss to stardom and setting a new bar for gritty, brutal martial arts action.
The crazy thing is, The Raid 2 is better. And I don't think that's going to be #1 on the list. But The Raid 2 is one of the greatest martial arts movies of all time. I do love the first Raid, though.
When a raid on a Jakarta apartment complex run by a local drug lord goes horribly wrong, a SWAT team suddenly finds themselves attacked on all sides. And the only way out involves a whole lot of people getting really badly hurt. The action in this entry is beyond brutal and definitely not for the faint of heart. But for fans of no-holds-barred action mayhem, accept no substitute. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable
Chocolate!
mentions.
Yeah!
For
Chocolate!
the badass female lead.
She's got autism, which is kind of problematic now, maybe, but it's also great. And the best part about Chocolate is, Zhizha Yanin, who was supposed to be like the next female Tony Jaa, which is a high standard, but I think she's great. Her character has autism, so she beats up everybody. Who's the first person to give her trouble? A dude with autism. They have an autistic guy fight her, and that's like her only competition, which, like I said, probably it's problematic, but it ruled though. Kick him to the glass, hell yeah.
The Final Master, for the incredible ending fight scene.
I haven't seen this movie, but I've watched this scene. I should probably go back and watch the whole movie.
Ninja, Shadow of a Tear, for being an awesome 80s throwback.
Yeah, give Scott Adkins some love, bro. And that's Ken Kasugi, I think, too, right? Yeah.
SPL2, A Time for Consequences.
Why would you put SPL2 and not SPL? Well, this one has Tony Jaa, but it doesn't have Donnie Yen. It has Wu Jing and Max Zhang. We already had Tony Jaa on the list twice, didn't we? But we're gonna get Wu Jing and Max Zhang over, so.
For Tony Jaa versus Max Jung.
The end fight is really cool, the 2v1 with Wu Jing and Tony Jaa versus Max Zhang, but the first SPL is way better. Also, wait, the first SPL has Wu Jing. Whatever.
Kung Fu Killer, for terrific stunt work.
I don't know. I thought this movie was okay. I don't know. I didn't love it. I was talking to my friend Dom about it, and he really liked it. The staff fight at the highway is kind of... I don't like that the final fight's on a highway. I just feel like it's gimmicky. It makes no sense to me. That two people would agree to fight on a highway. It just feels like... It feels gimmicky. I don't know. The really long staffs were cool, though. They're not even staffs. They're little bamboo sticks that fall off a truck because they're on a fucking highway.
Before we continue, be sure to the into your...
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, yeah, it's 2000, so... It kind of sucks putting a 2000 movie at number 1. Like, we peaked in 2000. We've made nothing better since then. I said this before on the other video that I recorded today. But I've always thought this movie is a little overrated. I think it's still great. It has Chow Yun-fat, Zhang Ziyi, the Michelle Yeoh, the GOAT, of course. And Ang Lee, you know, back when we all loved Ang Lee before he made the Hulk. The first Hulk's not that bad. I'm getting off topic. I always thought this was a very good movie, but not number 1 of the century. I think both Raids are better. I think SPL's better. I think Flashpoint... No, Flashpoint's not a better movie. It just has a better final fight. But I think SPL is cooler. It's modern. Okay. So as wuxia movies go, yeah, this one's pretty good. I do like Hero more. Personally, I like Hero more. But that's, you know... yeah, there's other movies that I like more. But, you know, I'm not surprised it's number 1. It was, like, nominated for an Oscar. Did it win an Oscar? It was nominated. It was a big deal back then, so, you know. Oh, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is better. I mean, it's funny, and I think more emotionally investing, so. Though the choreography's not as good as in this movie. This is a fucking, you know, but still. So, I will say about Crouching Tiger... It's like, you know, it's real serious, real dramatic. Spoilers, it is a tragedy too. So yeah, I mean, again, it's very good. I know it's held up in high regard, but I just don't. Not my favorites. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's a good list, very good list. I mean, they didn't put Kill Bill on here, so I'm pretty happy all around.